Over the years, I've spent a lot of money learning what doesn't belong in my wardrobe. So in today's video, I'm sharing the top things I no longer buy and why my closet is actually better because of it. Now, don't get it twisted. This is not a list of things that you should not buy. This is just a list of things that I have decided to no longer buy throughout the years because they do not work for me, my lifestyle, or the closet I'm trying to build. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share some items that I no longer buy because I feel like we've been talking a lot about consuming. We just finished my summer series. If you missed that, I will link it down below, where we went through all of my summer clothes. We did an audit, we added things into the wardrobe, and then finally we had our grand finale with my summer capsule collection. I loved doing that video, but I do want to teach you guys that so much of building your closet has to do with knowing what you will wear, what you won't wear, and just like, I feel like it's helpful to know what not to buy. Things that I stopped buying because I just never wear them. I hate shorts. Every year I would buy shorts like clockwork. I would buy cotton shorts, I would buy workout shorts, I would buy denim shorts, and I would just think like, I need a pair of shorts. It's the summer. And shorts are a summer staple. But what you need to realize is that just because something is a staple to a girlfriend, to a family member, to a season, it doesn't need to be your staple. Because what happened is every year I would buy a pair of shorts or a couple pairs of shorts in hopes that I would wear them, but every time I would walk into my closet, what would I grab? I would grab a midi skirt, or I would wear linen pants, just something that was just as breathable but left me feeling more comfortable. I don't like sitting in shorts. To me, shorts are very much a standing a standing piece. But just because something is a summer staple doesn't mean that it needs to be your summer staple. Much like heels that are higher than 3 inches. In theory, I love a heel. It makes me think of my 20s. I used to run around in 4, 5, 6-inch stilettos. I just really hate them now in practice. I think ever since COVID, my feet have essentially become untrained on how to wear heels, and I'm someone where I'm pretty active. When Mike and I go out, we like to park further away to get our steps in. We oftentimes will walk places, to go to lunch, to go to dinner, and even in the city when I'm working in the office, I don't want to have to change out of my 4, 5, 6-inch stilettos that I'm wearing in the office to then a pair of sneakers to go walk out and grab my lunch. So I just think that choosing comfort always means that you're choosing confidence. I want to feel comfortable because when I feel comfortable, I feel confident. And when I feel confident, I look confident. I just want a shoe that's going to elevate me a little bit because I am 5'4". I'm a little bit on the shorter side. And a lot of the pants that I wear look a little better with a little elevation, but I don't need super high shoes. And so I have really learned to love kitten heels. I know the verdict is out on them. A lot of people hate them, but I think they're chic. I think they give old money kind of like elegance, and so I no longer buy heels that are higher than 3 inches. The most stylish shoe is just the one that you're actually going to wear. Things I stopped buying because they didn't make me happy. I talk a lot about this on my TikTok. If you don't follow me, my handle is just Fortune Tarantola, but I kind of do this bougie on a budget thing. I think that certain things are worth the money and certain things are not worth the money. And for me, things that just don't make me happy when I spend a lot of money on them are sunglasses. I don't think you need to go drop $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on a pair of designer sunglasses to get the effect. I've recently discovered the brand Sojos. I love them. I have a red pair that I'm obsessed with, and I have an oversized pair that are a knockoff of the Prada sunglasses that everyone and their mother seems to have. But I love them because not only are they affordable, so I don't have to worry about scratching them or losing them or just like throwing them in my bag. Like, I just like an easy breezy summer. Again, I like to be comfortable. I like to bop around from place to place. I want to take off my sunglasses and be able to throw them in my purse without having to worry about them, right? The affordable options right now are so good. And the Sojos sunglasses that I've been buying are also polarized. So they help everything around me to look a bit crisper, and I can see clearer when wearing my sunglasses. So in this instance, I personally care more about the look than I care about the logo. I like having a variety of sunglasses that can kind of alter the way that my outfit looks. If I wear the oversized Prada ones, I look a little bit more cool. If I wear the red ones, they look amazing popping against a more neutral colored outfit, or the fact that they pair perfectly with my red Fendi bag. And it's just, I didn't spend a lot of money. I think I maybe spent like between $15, $20 on each pair of sunglasses. So I have the versatility and I can play around with my accessories. And I'm just someone where I don't think you necessarily need to overspend on accessories in general. Another thing that I stopped buying because it didn't make me happy are expensive earrings. Now, I love jewelry. And you might be looking at me like, wow, Fortune, you're such a hypocrite. But if you know me, you know me. Yes, I love Cartier. Yes, I love real gold. But I also do love more affordable jewelry pieces. And I just think with earrings, there's something that you can easily take in and out of your ears. You know, I feel like with bracelets, they're a little harder to take on and off. Necklaces are a little harder to take on and off. But with an earring, you can essentially pop one in 2.2 seconds. And at the end of the day, it's just as easy, if not easier, to take them out. And again, I really love a variety of earrings. It is an accessory that is so close to your face that can really change any kind of look that you're going for. If you're wearing a simple tank, like think about it. If you're wearing a simple tank top with jeans and you pair a pair of pearl earrings with it, it's going to look a little bit more elevated. It's going to look a little bit more elegant. If you pair the same outfit with a big bold hoop, it's going to look a little bit edgier. Accessories are always somewhere where I think you can save your coin, where you can really dress up or dress down an outfit. And I just think that you don't need to spend money on expensive sunglasses or expensive earrings. And sometimes I just think having options brings more joy than having luxury. Now, on the flip side of that coin, things I stopped buying because they were filling an emotional need. This is where it gets a little tricky. I can live without the expensive sunglasses and I can live without the expensive earrings. But sometimes when I truly want a luxury good, let's say a handbag, we all know I have a problem with handbags, but I can't tell you how many times I have bought the almost version of something and it has never left me feeling satisfied. And so sometimes buying 3 substitutes, honestly, costs more than just waiting for the real thing, saving up for the real thing. Now, I will give you a real life example. I really want the Louis Vuitton monogram bag. I love a Speedy. I really want the Speedy Nano with the colorful LVs all over it. I'm dying for it. I've been talking about it a lot on my channel because it's really living rent-free in my brain. And I went online, I kid you not, and I looked for dupes. And I just said to myself, I don't know why I'm buying this dupe because I know for a fact that I can save up the money, I can buy this handbag and I will wear it and use it for a lifetime. I know you might look at it and think like it's very loud, it's very, I don't know, just something that some people would get really bored of very easily. But I know me and I know my love for Louis Vuitton and I know my love for Speedy, and it's just a handbag that I know I will love and adore and use until the end of time. So I am not buying something to fill the void of that Louis Speedy because I know I'm never going to be satisfied until I actually have it. It doesn't necessarily need to be handbags for you. It could be a pair of shoes. It could really be anything. Now, I understand if you don't have the means to buy the luxury good, then by all means go ahead and buy the more affordable thing. But I do think in some instances, you will never feel satisfied. I have felt satisfied once. I always wanted a Laura Piana, one of her little, they have these little tote bags that are so cute, but I could not fathom dropping that kind of money on that kind of handbag. And the pro with that, and why I think I really got away with it, is because I never owned anything from Laura Piana. So I went on Etsy, I bought a dupe, and I absolutely love that bag. And did it fill the void? Yeah, it did fill the void. But for Louis Vuitton, I'm such a Louis girl and I'm such a Speedy girl that I know just I'm not going to be able to do the same. So sometimes buying 3 substitutes, honestly, costs more than just waiting and saving for the real thing. Another thing I stopped buying because it was filling an emotional need is just sale purchases. Okay, sales are great, but I say this all the time. Just because something is on sale doesn't mean that it deserves a place in your closet. Convincing yourself something is a good deal is kind of like convincing yourself that you like it. If you walk away, will you regret not purchasing this? And if the answer is no, and it's on sale for $10, you should just walk away. Because guess what? No, it's not a lot of money. Yes, a coffee costs more than that. But think of your closet as that sacred space. If you're gonna bring something into your closet just for it to collect dust and you not to wear it, it's not worth it. I'm gonna say it a billion times because I have had to drive it home in my brain, even with designer things. Mike and I went to Woodbury Commons and it was all designer things on sale. But just because it's a designer good doesn't mean I actually love it. And if I don't actually love it, I'm not gonna wear it. And I said that to myself every single time we walked into a store. I saw this Gucci bag that I absolutely loved, but guess what? I walked away and I didn't buy it because I said to myself, if everything at the Gucci store was on sale, would I pick this bag? And the answer is no. You know the answer. Just sometimes you gotta dig past the excitement of the word sale. I feel like as women, we've been trained to salivate at the thought of a sale, but just because it's on sale doesn't mean that you need it. Things I stopped buying because they don't fit my personal style. Listen, leopard is everywhere, and like, I don't hate a leopard, but sometimes there are trend pieces, and one might argue that leopard is not a trend piece, and I respect that. It is a neutral, and I get it, but it's just not for me. It doesn't go within my closet. I'm kind of a little bit more feminine / masculine, and I don't know what it is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe give me the words that I am somehow lacking to think of in this moment, which is not shocking, by the way. But leopard for me kind of is like mob wife-y, and I don't really live in that lane anymore. The old me had leopard galore, okay? But leopard is back now, and it is back in full force, and it just doesn't fit my aesthetic. It doesn't fit my style. You can also, think about colors. What color trends are happening right now? I love buttered yellow. My favorite colors right now are red, pink, and yellow. I look bomb in a red, okay? Yellow makes me happy, and pink has always been my favorite color. So those are the colors that I lie within. But I'm not someone where I really buy a lot of gray. I don't like gray. I don't look good in gray. I also oftentimes don't look really great in black. My sister looks amazing in black. I look better in a navy or I don't know. But I don't feel like myself in black. So if something doesn't fit your personal style, girl, just don't wear it, okay? Not every trend needs an invitation to your closet. If it doesn't speak to you, it's not for you. Also, oversized pieces that swallow me whole, okay? I know I preach about comfortability, and I do love oversized things, but as someone who's 5'4", I weigh 17, 18 pounds. I'm petite. Sometimes I look overwhelmed, and that looking overwhelmed in my clothes oftentimes translates to me feeling overwhelmed. So again, I've been tricked by this trend so many times. I bought so many oversized shirts that I'm just swimming in and I look crazy in, and I cannot tell you how many times we've done a declutter on my channel and how many times I've given away oversized shirts, especially button downs, to girlfriends. The right fit matters more than the right trend, because if it's something that you don't feel comfortable in, babe, you're not gonna wear it, whether it's trendy or it's not. Listen up, babe. I think this is the biggest lesson for me and my closet and just creating a wardrobe that works for me. But I stopped shopping for different versions of myself. There was weekend Fortune, there was work Fortune, there was Fortune that attended far more fancy events than I actually do attend. So as a result, my closet kind of felt a bit disconnected. I would add each piece serving a different version of me and a different version of my identity that I had in my brain, rather than adding pieces that actually worked for my life. One of the greatest things I ever did for my wardrobe is just seeing myself as one whole person. I don't become a completely different person on a Saturday than I am on a Wednesday. And so because of that, I don't need different wardrobes for every aspect of my life. Now when I shop, I ask myself whether a piece will work across my entire life. Not just one version of it. Is this something that I can wear to lunch, on vacation, to work, out with friends, on date night with my husband, or just while running errands? When I stopped shopping for different versions of myself and started shopping for my actual real life, that is when everything clicked and getting dressed became so much easier. I want to end this video with a bonus item, okay? Now, if I could go back, those questions, those interviews where it's like, if you could go back in 10 years' time, what would you tell your younger self? I kid you not, this might be dramatic, but my older self would tell my younger self to stop buying poor quality fabrics. I love cotton. I love linen. Those are my two favorite fabrics. In the summer, I'm literally wearing a linen t-shirt and linen pants, 100%. Linen top, 100% linen pants, okay? I hate polyester. And when I was younger and I got a corporate job, I had so many button downs that were 100% polyester. And let me tell you something, if you haven't learned it yet, When you're hot and you're wearing a polyester top, where does that heat go? There's nowhere for that heat to go through the fabric because you're wearing plastic, and plastic, my friend, is not breathable. So when you're looking at garments, I think it's important, if not more important, what the fabric is made of than what the price is. And also, if something is polyester, you should not be spending a lot of money on it because it's plastic and it's cheap, okay? If something is like a cotton silk blend, then that is worth the money. That's something that you're gonna have forever and always. That is made out of beautiful fabrics, okay? Polyester, think of polyester as like fast fashion, just something that was put through a machine and spit out, okay? Think about it like that. And then think about a silk top. Think of that as like handmade. Do you want like a Shein handbag or do you want an Hermes handbag? And that is how I think about fabrics. And if it doesn't feel good on my body, and vice versa, like if it doesn't feel good on your body, then you're probably not gonna wear it. If you're sweating, you're not gonna wear it, you're not gonna reach for it because you're gonna remember the last time that you wore it and how you were a godforsaken inferno. I stopped buying poor quality fabrics because I love myself, and you should love yourself too. At the end of the day, building a better wardrobe wasn't about finding the perfect pieces. It was about understanding myself better. I'd love to know, so let me know down below in the comments, what's one piece of clothing or accessory or anything that you stopped buying that has made your wardrobe better. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that this was a great reiteration that you don't need more, my friend. You just need better. If you enjoyed this video, do be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe, and make sure to click the bell button next to it. This way you get a notification of next week's video. I am here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in next week's video, we're gonna be talking about the 10 items that I started buying to make my wardrobe better. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I love you so, so much, and I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.